Hey YouTube, what's going on? Lionheart here, and in this video I want to do a follow-up to our Diluc build where we talked about Crimson Witch's set and why it's a great build for Diluc. If you haven't seen that video, it's on the channel. Please go ahead and take a look, and I'll put a link in the description below. One of the comments though we got on that video was, hey, it would be good if you were showcasing the build with a weapon that's more accessible to players versus like right now, as you can see on his back, we're using Wolf's Gravestone, which is one of my favorite weapons in the game. But I also realized that it took us a long time to get it, and probably for many players it's not accessible. So what I thought we could do here is we could take that off and we could switch over to Prototype Aminus, which is a sword that everybody can have access to, and we also don't have it max refined, right? It's only at rank 3, which we got basically from free crafting, the original one, and then the I think it was Road to Glory event that was happening pre-registration. So refinement 3's right in the middle. It's something that everybody should be able to hit, and we've only taken this sword up to level 40. So by the time you reach AR 40 and you're farming the Crimson Witch's set, you're probably going to have this at a much higher level. You're probably going to be closer to like the level 80 we have on Wolf's Gravestone. But I figured we could go ahead and just show you the power with a level 40 weapon. And then, of course, you can just imagine that the numbers you'll get with this weapon being higher upgraded will be even better, and you'll be doing more damage than we're going to do in the video. So let's go ahead and switch to this. And then let's also just real quickly, for those of you as a refresher, show you the build once more. So again, it's the Crimson Witch set. And inside our particular version of the Crimson Witch set, we opted to do some compromising, right? We have either plus 16 or plus 20 artifacts, so everything is max upgraded for where it can go. Plus 16 is the cap for 4-star, plus 20 is the cap for 5-star. And recall that we said we were mostly ignoring substats. We tried to find substats that were good enough for the set, but we didn't worry too much about finding best in slot rolls, because that can take many months, and so we wanted to make sure that we had something that could make us more powerful while we were doing that farming. So these are the pieces, and this one, as we talked about, is our like neutral piece, right? Because to get the 4-piece set you only need 4 pieces, so you'll have one off piece. This is our off piece, and we picked it because it happened to roll very high critical rate. But then again, 2 of the pieces for the set are 4-star, and then 2 of the pieces are 5-star, and of course, maximum level. And this one, I think in our original video, was only plus 18. Since then, we've taken it to plus 20. Okay, cool. And then the substat that rolled was like HP. It was not very good. So I don't want this video to get too long. I just want to have a quick follow-up that showcases damage with the build with a weapon that you actually have access to. Give me 1 second before we run in here. Make sure game sound is on. There we go. That's probably much better. And let's go ahead and just fight 2 bosses. We'll start with Electro Hypostasis. So you can see the damage numbers are still pretty good. You're not going to see necessarily massive numbers against this. We'll also go over and fight Cryo Regisvine after this, so you can have a 1-to-1 comparison with those numbers and without the buffs that were provided by Mona and other characters in our party. But I think the damage still looks pretty respectable on this. You won't see huge increases in the flat damage necessarily, because again, remember the set's specialty is increasing your pyro damage bonus. And for this particular boss, you can see that we're primarily just getting the larger numbers with our E. So it goes down. We'll do an ulti here. And there you go. That's the end of the Electro Hypostasis. Alright. We used a little time dilation magic to get ourselves over to Cryo Regisvine, and we have our ultimate charged back up. As a quick reminder, before we fight Cryo Regisvine, we are using the Prototype Aminus, which is available to everybody. It's only refinement rank 3 and it's only level 40. So the attack that we're getting both at base and percentage is going to be a lot less than the level 80 weapon we were using in the video. By the time you get here at AR 40, yours will probably be level 70 and you'll be on the way to making it level 80. And I think you'll be able to put up a lot bigger numbers than what we're going to show you right here. It's almost half the attack power, which makes sense because it's half the level. But, you know, you can just use your imagination and you'll see that even at this low level, the set is quite potent. So let's go right in. So you can see it was a bit more effort for us to be able to deal good damage to him, and we weren't able to immediately do it one-to-one like we did in the video. But we were able to get him down to maybe that's about a fifth of his health, which I would say is still pretty good. Oh, little boo-boo there. See if we can get him to do a hit here. There we go. And within 2 waves, we're able to take him out. Yeah. So, you know, I think that damage is pretty respectable for, you know, a level 40 weapon. I think you can probably expect to double the numbers you were seeing here. Maybe it won't quite be double, but I think it'll, again, go up quite a lot just from the difference in level of the sword. And everybody should have access to the sword, so you should be able to do quite well. The challenge, of course, is getting Diluc. If you're watching this video, hopefully you already have him. If you don't, I'm very sorry, but I give you my best wishes on your luck rolling for him. And just know that I think this is the set made for Diluc. I think it's really, really good. And even without a 5-star weapon, I think you can be impressed at the damage output. All right, that's all for me, and hopefully this follow-up video helps address some of your questions around what kind of damage you can expect to do with a 4-star weapon, and also without taking buffs from Mona or other characters. If you like the video, please go ahead and subscribe, and you can watch us live on Twitch starting at 9 p.m. Eastern on weekdays. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy Genshin Impact.